Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to give you 4 executive resume writing tips for 2021. It's hard to believe it's already here, right, in another month or so. And I originally wrote about this, some of the tips that I'm going to give you here today, back in April and May, because it was when the pandemic had set on and we had a shift to people, executives and corporate individuals working from home. I already started to see immediately how the resume content needed to change then, and it's happening even more and more now. And even once we come out of this, and I'm so hopeful that we're going to be coming out of this in 2021, a lot of what we've experienced in working from home isn't going to change back. And a lot of thought leaders are saying that in corporate America, and I believe that, because some of this actually works being at home. So as a result, your resume, if you haven't updated it this year, you absolutely need to do it going into 2021, because you need to include these 4 tips that I'm going to give you here today. So this way you can have an updated, modern document, but it's done in this new way of working. You need to show that you need to have your resume reflect this new way of working. So let's just jump into these. So the first tip for executive resume writing in 2021 is you need to demonstrate how you either reinforced revenue streams, created new revenue streams, reinvented revenue streams. You need to show that you're able to and have done the reinvention or the repositioning or the creation of a revenue stream in this past year. And honestly, even any other time where you've done it in a tumultuous time, but clearly this will be the time like no other. You want to make sure that you're demonstrating that you have that ability to re-envision how business needs to be done. Companies want to hire individuals that are going to be able to operate without a playbook. And with more uncertainty coming about, even if it is to change, going back to some degree of positivity with a vaccine coming into play over the next year and whatnot, it's still very uncertain. We still don't know how it's going to play out. So companies want to hire individuals that are able to roll with the punches. You're not always going to be able to forecast what's coming, so you need to be able to demonstrate that you can operate without that manual or that documented forecast. So that's what you want to show in the first tip. The second tip, you want to be able to show how you have creatively cut costs in order to increase those margins, but at the same time, not always, cutting people. Right? You want to show creativity. You don't want to just automatically go to we must cut salaries, because in some cases when you cut salaries, you're cutting the brain power and the heart of an organization. That keeps it going. That keeps it reinventing itself. That keeps it keeping the clients happy. So you can't always go to what looks like to be a big line item on a P&L being the salary. You want to look into cost-saving measures that involve maybe automation, so talent can be reused differently, but you're still getting the benefits of work being done efficiently because of maybe automation tools or remote working type tools that you're putting into place. So as a result, you might save on real estate, so you don't have to cut costs in terms of salary. So you want to show creative cost-cutting measures that don't decrease efficiency, obviously, that don't decrease where you're getting rid of people, which has an incalculable effect on morale in many cases, and we're already going through a tough time. So you want to show where you have creatively cut costs but didn't necessarily cut people, and you still got the benefits and the bonuses and the perks from making those cost cuts. So the third executive resume writing tip for 2021 is you want to be able to show how you have hired, trained, and managed teams remotely, and that you did it well, and you got results out of your people, and that you even promoted some. And so you want to show their development. You want to show your reduced attrition improvement by managing them well. You want to show that you are able to find talent in this new corporate workplace that we find most of ourselves in. So you want to show that, and you want to reflect that on the document. And the fourth tip for executive resume writing in 2021 is you want to be able to show that you can operate with uncertainty, with ambiguity, and you're able to thrive in it, not just survive. So, and examples of that, again, are some of those, the last 3 points that I just mentioned. But, if you had closings that were unexpected, how did you get reopened? What creative plays did you put into action for that reopening to happen? Or were you able to shift from a brick and mortar to an online situation? Were you able to implement internet marketing tools that were able to increase revenues online because you had to shut down brick and mortar institutions? So, there's so many different ways to demonstrate how you have thrived in this new economy that we're in. And you want to be able, we're going to get out of this. We're going to get past this at one point, hopefully next year in 2021. And companies want to see people who can plan for that in hopes of that happening and still be able to roll with what's unexpected by the time we get there. So that's the balance that you want to have in a document that is new for your job landing process. You want to have a resume and a profile that reflects that. So given that I mentioned the resume, if you would like to join me in my next free training that I'm having on how to design your resume to land six-figure job interviews, I'm going to be holding that. And if you go below in the description there, you'll see the registration link for the next session that I'm having. And this way you can use this as the reason to get your resume updated, because we only got a few more weeks before 2021 is here upon us. So make sure you are ready. So if you like this video, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you know someone who will benefit from the information in this video, or they want to do the training, they're going to benefit from the free training that I'm going to do, make sure you have them actually share the video with them so then they can register using the link below as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so this way you don't miss next week's video. And if you have a question or a comment, please make sure you put the comment below or email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, because I read and reply to every email. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the free training. Take good care.